All right, guys, we've been working in. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit windy. I'm going to stand here outside the house for a minute. Been doing a lot of inside stuff for a while now inside the house, and I think I'm pretty much done with my part as far as building stuff. So I am moving outside to keep doing what needs to get done outside. Well, one of the things I want to do is I want to be able to fill in all my pipes and grade this so I don't have to keep stepping over everything and tripping over stuff and whatever. But these guys, they put the gutters in, which was nice the way they did it, because I told them it has to go 5 feet out. That's what the inspector wanted. And I guess that's the code. You have to divert water 5 feet away from your foundation. Well, yesterday I kind of did some thinking and figuring out some stuff, and I still don't know exactly how I want to do this. So this is all as I go. I went to Home Depot this morning and I bought some other types of drainage pipes and connectors and all that stuff. First thing I'm going to do, though, because my corners, most all of them are going to be undergrade, in our opinion. You know, Valentina brought this to my attention, and I agree with her, so that's how I'm going to proceed. Over time, there's going to be dirt sitting on these, and it's going to pull down on these. Just over time, it's going to pull and pull. And I don't know how much weight and if it's going to make a huge difference, but it could pull on these guys and pull on, you know, those connectors, and eventually be pulling down this whole situation. So what I'm doing right now is I'm disconnecting. I've not done this before. I've never worked with gutters before. I don't know what I'm doing, but I took the screws out and I want to drop this piece off. And I have some white plastic ones that are accordion like, that I can give it some play. So over time, as this settles and dirt settles on it, if it's pushing down on it, it'll just open the accordion. It won't pull this whole thing down. This is metal. This is not accordion. This is not going to give. So I want to tie these together as well. I want something to come out here, and I want it to go there, and I want it to tie into that one that's coming out, and we'll take it out to flow out that way. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I'll hopefully show you guys a few ideas that I come up with and the way this all works out. Unfortunately, I don't have the backhoe on, so I'm going to have to do some digging by hand as well. So anyway, let's try to figure this out. All right, guys, I've been working at that end of the house, and showed you all ago what I was trying to accomplish. I've been ditching and stuff over there. I'm not going to connect anything together until all my ditches are in where I want them and all my pieces are kind of laying in the spot that they are, because I got a lot of random pieces. I got pieces that I bought that I thought I would use. I had pieces that are from other projects, and I'm like, I'd like to integrate these, so I don't know what's going to go down yet, blah, blah, blah. And whatever I can keep from using that I bought today, I can return it and get my money, and I can utilize what I already had and clean up my space a little bit. One thing I wanted to come up and talk about are these ground spouts. So these connect to your gutter at the base and kind of go out. Now, we all have different things we're kind of trying to accomplish in our own spaces. But for me, believe it or not, this thing, I think this one was at somewhere around 2 times the amount that this one cost. This is a cheapy product. I mean, it doesn't feel great. This definitely feels stronger. However, for the application that I'm doing right now, I'm feeling like this works better. This is right now sucked up, and you can pull it out as an accordion. This is what this kind of looks like when it's sucked up, and this is when it's an accordion. In the application I'm doing, I don't want this to come out like really far, and I don't have a huge drop underneath where this would be better if I had a longer drop going down, but I don't. So this kind of works better. I'm able to halfway accordion this and hook onto it. I'm going to go over here and show you guys the corner what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. I just drilled back in and put that on there, and now I have an accordion kind of at the base, but I didn't need to go very far because I'm wanting to use this black pipe, and I have some thin-walled 4-inch pipe that I'm trying to get rid of. Same thing over there. I kind of drop it like that, both could work, okay? But I just feel like, why do I need this to come out so far? And I don't know how that, I haven't tried fitting that other piece into this black piece, but this does fit fairly well. I might have to cut it. I think I will be using some kind of like silicone or something on these, and maybe a little bit of Gorilla Tape or something just to wrap it up. But when I'm connecting this to that, I have transfer pieces that are all either the black corrugated, or I do have also this coupling, these hard couplings. It is a challenge to get this in, but I can get it in. And then and this, there's no pressure, this is not pressurized or anything. Couplings and the transfer pieces are just to connect them. There's not going to be a ton of pressure, but I do want them up inside each other decent amount so they don't ever pull apart. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I could have used the other big ones just as easily, but I thought, well, this way I end up saving a few bucks. I'll probably save like 40 bucks or so just by using these cheapy downspouts. And on top of this one's a bit underneath the dirt line. The ones on the back are not going to be below grade, so they're completely fine like that. But I'll try to seal somewhat there at the top too with some silicone or something and some Gorilla Tape. Just put a oomph on it, and over time, I'm sure there's nothing I could put that would last forever, but there's probably a better way to do it than I am doing it. Just like those are definitely better quality and they would have lasted longer, those big ones. I've thought about using it, the one here, because this is a little bit of a travel. We'll see. I might use one big one right here because it's a decent drop and I do have space to travel. But other than that, those little ones seem to do pretty well. All right, I went ahead and did the little one over there, but I did go ahead and use this one here just because this one's going to be so much more below grade, and it's got quite a drop down, so I wanted something that'll come out a bit. Now, after I did that little segment about the little one was doing better for me, if I had to do it all over again after I've had time to think about it, because this is the first one I attached, I feel better about this quality. The back one still just might not be necessary for this one, but up here on this corner, I could have used it. I think I could go either way. I just think this one will probably last longer now. This one's a poorer quality than this. But again, that one's sitting out there where we're not going to be at most of the time. This one will walk down here probably a lot to go to the crawl space, up and down and stuff. So this will get more walking on. This I want to dig down a little bit, but this is going to be covered in dirt. I'm hoping to bring up the grade slightly here and cover some of this. But there's just no way to drop that enough to cover it. Unless I want to dig a hole and go down really deep. Which might be a necessary thing so we don't step on it, but I'll start digging away and see what feels comfortable. All right, sorry it's windy. You're probably going to hear it on the camera, but all I need to do now is I'm going to secure this by just taping them, and then when they get covered with dirt, I think it'll hold. I was going to glue it with PVC glue, but I think that'll eat this plastic. So I'm just going to tape that, tape all the joints. I don't even care about gluing right there where the PVC comes together. There's no pressure on this stuff, so that should flow right out. I'm going to see if I have some way of sticking another small pipe on that end. I'd like it to go out a little further, I think. This thing has really been kicking my tushy physically today because I do use the tractor a lot to come in and cut, but there's a lot of picking. So this is the flow from my front yard where I've put this perforated pipe and it's supposed to catch water. It doesn't do a great job, but it does do some. It was catching some, so I wanted to tie that into this. Gutter coming off here, gutter coming off here, and going out this way and diverting out there, so we don't have a big everything washed out. Again, I'm just going to go through and tape this stuff up so that I can put dirt on it. It doesn't pull apart.